Let's get this mother bleeping show on the mother bleeping road.
What is it? Monkey biting show on this Monday to Friday plane.
Yes. I liked mine better, but that's okay.
It was the TBS dubbed version.
Oh God,
that's a real thing, Rob.
No, I've watched movies on TBS, and like the dubbing they do is like hilariously bad sometimes.
What was it, Kill Bill? Your name is Buck, right? And you like to party.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of On the Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. That's Kyle. I don't know if he's a little head bob here.
I don't always do like a head. Sorry, that's something I do. I know. Sometimes I'll do like a this and then like a that when you introduce. But
that's okay. You know, sometimes
just pointing it out.
You just gotta do what you gotta do. But how are you doing tonight?
Doing okay. Yeah, just yeah. You know, it's Thursday. We're almost there, guys.
That's right, man. Only less than 48 hours till the weekend, so...
Yes, exactly.
Can't wait. But, yeah, it's going to be an exciting episode tonight as Kyle is...
I'm just sticking my hand in the...
Pushing buttons, putting in the screen. You know, it's all good. Coming into your house and into your home. 3D. I was about to say 3D version. Auto Couch in 3D.
Yes. Look out for it soon, guys. On your 3D TVs.
That's right.
It's not even a thing.
That's right. No, not at all. But we're going to make it a thing.
Yeah. We'll reinvent.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, for tonight's episode, so last weekend actually, or I guess technically last Thursday and then into last weekend, we actually had a pretty fun couple of days, Kyle and I hanging out. And it involved multiple sporting events and some recreational activities. So last Thursday, well, first of all, actually, sorry, before I get into that, because I always seem to forget I always try to jump into the episode before doing the sponsors, so I'm trying to get better at that. But we do have two sponsors. One is Wes Woodson, and the other is Avon Organizing. Big shout out to them, as always, big fans of the show, big friends to the show. Very much appreciate the work that they do and the help that they give us, as well as the Sports Blitz and also the artist formerly known as Marvel at the Movies, which may be undergoing a name change in the near future. Don't tell anybody I told you that. Just keep it between us. Let's keep it between us, you and me and 4 of our biggest fans. So anyway, thank you again to Avon Organizing and Wes Woodson as always. So, tonight's episode. So last Thursday night, Kyle and I had the pleasure of attending a Tufts women's volleyball match. And this was no ordinary Tufts women's volleyball match. This was the first round of the NCAA Division III tournament. It was an entire regional that was hosted by Tufts, which is pretty wild. It was 3 days of volleyball, culminating in the finals, which we'll get into in just a little bit. But yeah, so Thursday night, Kyle and I headed over to Tufts. The first time I had actually ever been to the Tufts Gymnasium. Beautiful gymnasium, by the way. I really enjoyed it. And we saw Tufts versus Johnson & Wales out of good old Providence, Rhode Island, in the, like I said, the first match for Tufts in that tournament. So, Kyle, I wanted to just jump right into and ask you your thoughts on the match, the Tufts Gymnasium, just sort of the whole experience, and sort of what's going to be part 1 of our adventures from last weekend. Just give us your thoughts.
Well, I just want to start off that, for cooking school, I'm surprised that Tufts was the one that really served them.
Okay,
sorry, that was really
No, that was good. That was good.
Just want to get that off my chest right there.
You gotta get those puns out, you know? That's what you're known for. That's why we pay the big bucks.
But no, in all seriousness, it was a really good game. Both teams did really well. It was definitely, though I would say that particular game, Tufts was very much the stronger team. They had a really great strategy, I thought, going in, and they just kind of held. It was a clean sweep. It was just really impressive at how how quick the whole match went, honestly, because of how good Tufts was. They just had, they came in and they were on fire. They just had the skill. There were a couple points where the game was like pretty close together, but they no, for the most part they pretty much just swept the floor with them,
It was great. It was great to see. Like you said, Tufts came out and played very well. Excuse me. Tufts came out and played very well. And not to take anything away from Johnson and Wells. I mean, they gave it their best effort.
No, they were still good. They were still a good game to watch.
Good plays, but Tufts, you could just tell, was unfortunately the better. Unfortunately for them, unfortunately for Tufts, was the better team on that night, and they just, like Kyle said, they swept them right up. And by the way, for those of you, if you don't know how sort of volleyball matches work on the college game, they go best 3 out of 5 games or sets, and each set is played to 25 points, unless it gets to a fifth set, in which case it's played to 15 points. So, like I said, Tufts won 3 sets to none. So, yeah, it was it was exciting. It was a lot of fun, and I just wanted to get a curiosity question, Kyle. What did you think about the Tufts Gym? Was that the first time you'd ever been inside the Tufts Gym?
Yeah, that was actually. I can't remember any other time I was there, but no, it was really kind of like got this kind of old school vibe. I've honestly never really seen a gym like it, especially when it comes to like the stands.
The seating arrangement was really cool, I thought. Yeah, I remember remarking multiple times how of a cool setup the Tufts Gym was, because they had like stands, like these like wooden bench like stands on each side of the upper deck, and then you had like the bleachers like down below on each side as well. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah,
it was kind of like almost like a 4-sided kind of seating. And while the gym itself wasn't like the biggest gym I've seen, it had a lot of character. Like it had a lot of just like cool kind of I just really like that style. Yeah. I thought it was awesome.
No, you're absolutely right, and it was a great time, and that leads us into Saturday, which was a very busy day of sports and recreation for Kyle and I. So before we get into the Tufts part of Saturday, I actually wanted to do sort of the recreation part of it, which is that, excuse me, Kyle, Jerome, and I, you remember our buddy, obviously, Jerome, some of you, who's been on multiple episodes of the show. We actually went on a nice walk through the Medford, Winchester area, an area called the Fells, as it's affectionately known. It's like this really cool set of wooded paths, wooded trails, and so we went all the way through there. We actually ended up at this really cool tower, really old tower, that basically if you stand in front of it, looking out, you're looking out over not just the city of Boston skyline in the distance, but also Arlington, Woburn, Medford, you could see pretty much everything, in sort of the surrounding area from out there. I just thought that was really awesome to see. I know Kyle had been there once or twice before, but it was my first time seeing it. It was well worth the hike. I really enjoyed it, Kyle.
I mean, it's just a really nice view. I've been kind of hyping this trail up to Robbie for a little while.
You have, yeah. It did not let down. That is for sure.
Right?
So
it definitely let up because we were high up. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of in that mentality right now. But it was great. It was it's cool. You're literally on this big rock, and you even actually along with all those towns and the whole skyline of Boston, you even get to actually see a good chunk of 93. So you actually kind of get to see a whole like 93 leading into the city, which is like just kind of wild. It's like, whoa, like
yeah. No, it's true. You like literally look down and like there's 93.
Yeah,
and you can see for like a couple miles like headed into the city. Like you're not even joking. Like it is wild. Like just sort of the view that you have, like where no matter where you look on either side of you, it is something to behold.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like,
what was the name of the tower again? Sorry, I completely forgot.
I forgot too.
Hold on, I need to do here. You talk.
Rob, you'll do some
research here.
Multitasking research.
Yes.
Thing here, but yeah, no, it was great.
Wright's Tower.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, because
oh my God, did you? I don't know if you attended the.
No, I actually walked into that one, but I was actually gonna say, good thing it wasn't left tower, or wrong tower. Okay, that's where I'm gonna hopefully stop for at least for now. But so I'm sure you guys are as you're continuing to throw tomatoes at the screen, for the lack of actual good jokes and dad style jokes, you could say, but
on a couch talking sports, telling dad jokes since 2013.
No, that's great. If you guys ever find yourself in that area,
oh, did you? I don't mean to talk. Did you realize? Like, the realization to me just now that we're, like, somewhat closing in on 10 years of this show. Like, a year from now, it'll be 10 years of this show. So we're almost at our 9-year anniversary, like, pretty much right around our 9-year anniversary. Like, a year from now will be 10 years since we started the show.
All right.
Yeah. I know. Take that in for a second. I just had that moment of realization, like, as we're talking about, I'm like, holy crap! It's like next fall will be 10 years.
We are. Oh yeah. I think it was this month we started, right?
It was right around Thanksgiving because we did an episode, and then like the second episode we did or whatever, the third one we did was like talking about Thanksgiving football with Craig. So it's like definitely right around this time where it all got started.
All right. Well, there you go. Oh man, that's wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
But our walk Saturday was a lot of fun. I guess it
was great.
To put a bow on it was a lot of fun, and we saw a lot of cool sights and sounds. So.
And it was surprisingly warm.
Yeah, I was in a t-shirt. I was in a t-shirt. It was at like 70 degrees and excuse me, in November. It's like, it was crazy. I was like, what the hell?
Nuts.
And now, like, today it's like in the 30s. It's like, ugh.
Very jarring.
Yeah. But, so the final sort of sports-related item from the weekend was back to Tufts. Mm-hmm. We went for the women's volleyball regional finals that took place Saturday night at Tufts, and it was Tufts versus MIT in a battle to see who would go on to the final 8. Mm-hmm. And this time, unfortunately, Tufts did come up a little bit short. They lost 3-0 to MIT, who, let's be honest, was the better team than I think we.
They were.
MIT just, even though they were the away team, like MIT just kind of took it to Tufts at certain points during that match. I think you agree, Kyle.
I mean, all right, I will say this. Compared to that match, like, I kind of realized, because this is honestly the first time I've really actually sat and watched an entire volleyball game. Those two games, and I really got to commend how there is a lot more strategy than I had initially realized. How the game goes, and like tough strategy. I noticed they were really good at setting up spike shots, and I think that's what really. A lot of those shots won them the game. I feel like for when it came to Johnson Wales, before the few days before. But when I realized when they faced MIT, which first of all, let me just take a quick little detour, little side road over here on how it's not fair that the students at MIT are smart and they're super athletic. What? This is something I'm sure I've probably mentioned in the past, in past episodes, because, I had faced their track team when I was at Wheaton, and it was the same thing. Everyone was super athletic and super buff, and they came out of they looked like they came out of like some 80s workout video. I'm like, what the hell? Like, wow. Like, everyone's just super...
Brains and brawn.
Yeah, like, you can't have both, guys. It's not fair.
Only at MIT.
But, yeah, no, I totally understand. That's why I was like... You know, like this time, when I was a little worried when you told me MIT, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a tough game. Kind of
and it was definitely a tough game because MIT literally swept them.
They did. I mean, and I gotta commend MIT on they were really good defensively. Like I noticed too, like because Tufts was trying to do like the setting up the spike shots like they did the last time.
Yeah.
They had kind of like pass the ball to one of their teammates, and the teammates would set up this really successful kind of like aimed spike shot, but which defeated Johnson Wales for the most part. But with MIT, they were just like firing on all cylinders. Like not only did they have like incredible
blocking, spiking, everything. Yeah, it really was. Like
wow.
I remember remarking to you multiple times, like, boy, they're making all the plays, and it showed in the final result for sure.
It was incredible. They like when they were like getting ready for the shot, MIT they were like a wall. They just like popped up and just blocked like so many of their shots, and it was crazy. It was wild.
They engineered victory.
Here we go, Robbie.
I had to drop at least one in there.
Yes, we're doing it. The punting wars. I love it.
Get that pun counter out.
Nailed it.
Pun.
But yeah, no, it was a great game, and just another little comment too. Like I never realized how hard serving is in volleyball. Like serving is hard.
Yes.
Like especially when you compare it to like tennis, which has like a much lower net, obviously, or even like freaking badminton at that point.
Ping pong, or whatever. Yeah.
Like those sports, I feel like exactly. Like those sports, I feel like it's much easier to serve. In volleyball, most of the time I've seen, and this isn't like with anyone's fault. I think it's just the distance from like where they have to.
You have to be very skilled and accurate to like serve. It's either not serving either into the net or like too long where it goes like out of bounds.
Yeah, it's like freaking nuts. Like wow, like most of the shots I think from any of those teams I've seen, they most of the time it just hit the net. Like and you can't blame them. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, very hard.
Like,
no, I'm in complete agreement with you, and if you're able to do that, more power to you.
Yeah. Impressive.
But no, congratulations to MIT on a tremendous victory and just run, and now they're on to the Elite Eight, which I think takes place within the next day or two. So best of luck to them for that.
Cool beans.
So now we're going to sort of transition here, though, to our end parts of our episode, which we all love and admire, and I think tonight I'm actually going to let Kyle go first with another edition of the Stooge Review. So Kyle, take it away.
Oh, wonderful! Because today is going to be a special episode because I had the incredible pleasure of attending Rhode Island Comic Con, which happened at the beginning of the month. So it wasn't last weekend; it was actually technically a couple weeks ago. It was fantastic. I loved it. I actually think I even preferred it over Fan Expo I just really liked the setup. Granted, it was a little crowded at times, and if you wanted to go get one of those professional photo ops, like apparently that was an option where you can actually get professional photo ops with celebrities, that was just a huge shit show. Like that was actually horribly organized, very poor. But aside from that, I thought the event was very successful. It had a lot of really great, shops and stuff like that. I found this actually really cool Superman, Christopher Reeve Superman actually fan art. And it was just cool. It was very badass. So yes, of course I had to get it. They had all kinds of goodies there. They have everything from like fan art to like you could even get like movies. You can get obviously comic books that are even signed by a lot of like the famous like the artists and a lot of the illustrators and authors and everything, like the writers. It's pretty cool. it's definitely a great event to go, especially if you're into comic books. They have like an anime section too, and also if you're into video games, they also have some random video game shops, scoured about there, that sell old and new games. But I'm going to get to the real meat of the whole event, and that was just meeting the celebrities. So I was lucky enough to meet 3 celebrities. I ended up actually meeting John Glover, he's a pretty famous character actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. Most notably, he was in Gremlins 2. He was also in Batman and Robin. He played the kind of like the mad scientist that pushed Poison Ivy into the thing of chemicals and stuff like that. He also played. He was actually I forget the guy's name. Mark Strong's character, the villain character in Shazam. He was the villain character's father. And most notably, he was Lex Luthor's father in Smallville. So he's been in a lot of DC movies, as you could see. He also actually even voiced the Riddler in the Batman animated series. So he's been a huge part of DC for quite a long time, among other really famous acting roles. So it was really great to meet him. Really cool guy. I also got to meet Peter Weller. Yes. Yeah, you heard me right. Yes, the Peter Weller who played the original RoboCop in the original 2 movies. Not a lot of people talk about the third one in the reboot, but it was great meeting Peter Weller. He was such a nice guy, really fun. Just very energetic attitude. It was just cool kind of seeing him like talking to everyone. He had a huge line too when I got there. His was the longest line. I was waiting a really long time to meet him, almost like an hour. So
wow.
Yeah, that's the thing with some of these stars. You gotta put in the waiting time.
Yeah. Put in the patience, there you go.
Yeah, and it's not cheap either. You do kind of have to like set aside some money to, it's usually in the kind of the $40 to $50 realm just to get an autograph, and also another $40 to $50 to get do like a photo, like if you want to do like a selfie with them kind of thing. So it's a bit of money, but I think it's one of those things where the strategy is you just kind of go in and you kind of plan out who you're going to meet, and I think then as long as you kind of like figure out who you're going to meet and whether you want to do photo, autograph, or both, then you'll be pretty good. So, and last but certainly not least, I also met Javicia Leslie, Javicia Leslie. I think that's. Let me just, please correct me if I said it wrong. I apologize. Who played Batwoman. She played the new Batwoman for season 2 and 3. And she was just incredible. Probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Just so approachable. And it was really great. When I talked to her, I was telling her, I said, because I don't know if you guys knew, but they're not doing a 4th season of Batwoman. It got canceled after 3 seasons.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, exactly. I felt really bad, and I said, "Listen, I told her up front. I'm like, listen, I thought you were such a great Batwoman, and I feel so bad that you didn't get to have a season 4." And she was so nice about it. She was saying, "You know what? Don't worry. We got plenty more superhero action coming your way." And she was very positive, and I think what she meant was because apparently she's going to be in the new Flash season, which is actually going to be the final season of the Flash as well, because a lot of those CW shows are kind of, that's a whole nother thing. I'll probably talk about it in other series reviews. But anyways, she was really nice. And also, it was really funny. Now, this is just a quick little funny story. Then I'll hand it over to Robbie. But so I don't know originally where Javicia is from, but I think when she came in, so she actually was she arrived later than a lot of the other stars because she had some I think a flight delay, so she didn't even get there until 6. So she's literally poor girl, poor I just felt so bad for her. She was spending almost a day just stuck on her flight there. And when she came in, she was just such a pro. She just was so positive, and she kept her energy up despite the fact that she was just stuck in hours of delays and everything. And she thought she literally came in thinking like she was in Massachusetts. She was like, "Yeah, I just drove from Boston. Am I still in Massachusetts?" And people were like, "No, actually, it's Rhode Island, but that's okay." Because I thought that was hilarious because like Rhode Island's such a small state. Like I can totally understand like people getting mixed up and thinking they're still in Massachusetts just because it's like. So
it
close.
is Massachusetts South. But
it is, yeah. Yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, I
don't mean to roast the great state of Rhode Island, but you are Massachusetts South, literally.
Yeah, but, a lot of people like to call them the armpit of Massachusetts as well. They're just kind of like the armpit.
Okay, I don't know if we need to take it that far. I mean, I feel bad. If we have any Rhode Island viewers, they're already down there.
Look, I'm from Rhode Island. I can make fun of you guys. It's okay. I lived in Rhode Island for 10 years. I'm a roadie too, so it's all good. But no, I just thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really funny.
Any chair throwing should be directed at Kyle.
Yeah. I mean, I know you guys have already been throwing tomatoes, so get some more ready. Go to the grocery store, buy some more for you guys. So, or even switch it up with some lettuce too if you want. I like lettuce. But
why don't you just throw the whole BLT while you're at it?
Yeah, right. yeah. Give me some bacon. I'll take it.
Yeah, seriously. But anyway, thank you, Kyle, for another riveting Sushi Reviews. I'm glad you had a good time.
Great time. It was so good.
It is now time for everybody's favorite final segment, the Robbie's Football Recap, which I changed for the Robbie's Favorite Football Recap, Fantasy Football Recap, because that was just way too long. So it's not just the Robbie's Football Recap. So, let's see. I'm going to go nice and short, sweet, and to the point here. For my fantasy teams, all three of my teams won this week, which I was very happy about. I was able to pull out wins at all three.
Straight win.
So now I think I'm in 5th place in one league, 2nd place in the other, and actually in 1st place in the 3rd league. So I'm doing pretty well. I'm top 5 in all 3 of my leagues. So
that's good.
I will take that to the
ranks.
bank. And then in terms of my favorite teams, Wellesley. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Trying to think what has happened since the last time I was here. Oh yeah, Wellesley beat Bridgewater Raynham in their final pre-Thanksgiving Day game last week, so they are now 7-3, and again their final game of this 2022 season will be Thanksgiving morning, the annual Wellesley Needham Showdown in Needham.
Cool.
Next Thursday morning, exactly a week from today as we're recording this.
Oh, wow.
So, very excited about that.
Cool.
BC actually won last weekend. They beat NC State, who was ranked on the road and on a last-second touchdown, too, which was wild. So big ups to BC. Continuing to fight and grind despite having kind of a tough season. They will be back in action on Saturday against Notre Dame, which will be another tough game. But hey, you never know. Weird things have happened. And the Patriots were on a bye week this past week, so obviously no game for them to report on. They will be back in action this week against the Jets on Sunday.
Cool.
Looking to keep the good times rolling. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of On Account Talking Sports. Before we go, I just wanted to, because we will not see you folks till after the fact, wanted to wish everybody out there a very happy Thanksgiving, wherever, with whomever, whatever you're doing. We hope you have a great day, and give thanks to all those, around you and whoever you are thankful for. Obviously, I know for myself, I'm very thankful, for my family, my friends, and also just for the opportunity to do the show every week, my buddy here. So it's always great to sort of think about that when you're celebrating the great old Thanksgiving holiday. So just wanted to, as we go, since we won't be doing another episode till after Thanksgiving, just wanted to wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving and go eat a lot of food.
Just dive into it.
Yeah, eat that turkey, man. You all deserve it. Excuse me.
That's what I'll be doing too. When I
seriously, kind of a fitting way to cap that point. Speaking of thanks, again, I want to give big thanks to our sponsors on organizing. Wes Woodson, much appreciative of both of you again for this show, all 3 of our YouTube shows that we're so lucky to be able to do. So for this show, obviously, you can find us here on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And please like, subscribe, hit the bell, tell your friends. Just do it up. Do it up. We appreciate the support as always, and are looking forward to coming back with another brand new episode coming up in a couple weeks. But until then, that's Kyle. I'm Robbie. This is A Couch, and we'll see you next time here on A Couch Talking Sports. Bye, everybody.